Incorporated. For over 25 years, Gloria has inspired her participants to advance their careers through the company's seminars and trainings. Her accomplishments, including directing and hosting her own Fox network television show, Image of Success, serving as an etiquette judge on a reality for The Learning Channel, and she has served as an expert on numerous radio and television shows. Her most recent accomplishments is authoring The Art of Professional Connections. This is a 4-part book series and subject matter expert training module that covers strategies to improve in-person interactions from the initial meeting and conversation skills to planning events. Gloria has been a great advocate of career connectors, and we are thrilled to have her back. So will you please help me welcome Gloria Petersen.
The skills, the experience, most importantly, the determination. But something's not happening. Sound familiar? You've got it all. Why don't they just hire you? Why can't they see you? Well, maybe that means that you kind of point me back to the beginning. I did take the Dale Carnegie course. I did not know it was about sales. I wasn't sure that's the direction I wanted to go. But the life-changing part was on the last day. It's 13 weeks of 3 hours. That's a lot. And I just played with it. I just had fun with it. In high school and in college, I always got A's in speech. I always thought that was like an easy course. You know, it's just like one of those easy things that you take. Didn't know that people were afraid to get in front of people to speak. And at the end of the course, he's going through the alphabet giving certificates. And I thought for sure, I'm going to be Miss Congeniality. I was friendly, I was interactive, for sure. And he says, and our Miss Congeniality goes to, wasn't me. He's handing out the certificates, and my last name starts with P. And he skipped P. Do you know what you do when your letter is skipped? A, B, C. What P comes before P, you know. I did that. And then at the end he says, okay, by now one of our graduates knows that her name has been skipped. But I skipped her for a reason and had me come up. Life-changing. And it's the reason I'm standing there in front of you. The reason. So sometimes it's not about the career move you're making. Maybe you're making it in the wrong direction. Maybe you really need to look at what are your inner talents, what are you really good at, what do you know that other people don't know, you just know it. Those are the kind of things you've got to reach into yourself and find out. This is Gloria Petersen is the only person in this class that did not need to be here. She just didn't know it. And I'm thinking, 13 weeks, 3.5 hours. Then I asked him later exactly what did he mean. He said, you have no fear of audience. You don't like to be given a topic and speak on something you haven't researched. I'm all about the research. And that's what I'm going to give you today for research. But you want to be prepared. Well, boy, when I say pull the topic out of the hat, speak for 2 minutes, But his advice to me was, get in front of groups, commentate fashion shows, get into fundraisers, do whatever you need to do, but get in front of people and learn. And then find your passion. That's the next key to success. Find the passion that you really have inside you. What drives you? What gets you up in the morning? What makes you excited? That's the job. What kind of jobs fall in the category of that passion? So I'm giving you my little story in the background because I'm setting the stage for what I want to bring forward to you. Now, keep in mind that as I go through this process with you, I'm taking you back to the beginning because it's the basics. You're skipping steps. You're taking some things as simple as a handshake for granted. How many of you, in that introduction that Jessica had you go around the room, you shook hands, and how many of you will honestly say that handshake you had, you still remember was a little bit on the new side? Okay, you don't want to own up to it, all right. But we tend to remember that, especially if you're a recruiter or somebody hiring. There's a lot of weight on the handshake. It says a lot. What about the eye contact? So I'm taking you back to things you might be taking for granted, and that might be the step you're missing. So let's try that journey. This is the foundation from which we're going to build. I'm going to give you this very quickly because we're going to experience each of these steps together. The first thing is, I want you to check your appearance, and we're also going to practice the stance. I want you to sell visual confidence. I want people, when you walk in the room and they see you, they think, I really want to get to know that person over there, or they might watch you work the room to see how you work the room. But there's something about you, their eye keeps going back to you. They might scan the room again a little bit in a networking environment like this or something, but they'll keep coming back to you. Exchange names. The introduction process is about self-introduction. Take the initiative. Walk up to somebody and say, my name is, and you are. Don't wait for somebody to come up to you. You offer your name. And we'll go into a little bit of that in more detail. Repeat the name because there's so many different names out there, so many different variations of names. And sometimes you hear a name that's like, no idea what I just heard. But you have to repeat it back and take a chance. I'll give you an exercise on how to do that. Deliver a confident handshake. It's not just a handshake. Don't just go through the formalities. Oh, I know we're supposed to shake hands. Okay, we got it, no big deal. A lot of people shake hands like that. No big deal. It is a big deal. And make a courtesy comment. That's part of your engaging conversation. I'll give you 3 ideas on how to do that. Ask for the business card. Don't just say, here's my card. And if you don't have a business card because you're in transition, I'm going to give you a secret on how to have a card to make that interaction tangible. And make a strong suggestion on what you should do. Probably when I did this program in Scottsdale, it was amazing. At one point afterwards, I get the line of people asking me questions. And that particular group, it was all about the name card, which I will go into. And then take your leap and follow up and make sure how you leave the interaction, confidence how you started it. Because how you leave the interaction, it's like people remember how things end longer than they remember how they began. Think about that. Too often, we end the interaction and just walk away from it. We don't give it a good ending and make it memorable. That's where you just drop the ball. Everything worked great up until you just dropped that ball. So I'm going to reiterate that and remind you how important that particular part is. These are the steps that go with you everywhere. They go to networking events, they go into the interview room, they go into the grocery store, they go into the wedding, they go to social events, they go everywhere. You are never, ever, ever not noticing. The biggest mistake people make is they think they're the only one noticing people. No. You are not the only person in this room noticing people. Okay, this I want you to think about. People make decisions based on what they think they see. Business cards. This little guy here. This is what I'm going to share with you right now. This is what we're getting ready for a wrap up here. If you do not have a business card, then you need to go to Staples, Office Max, maybe Vistaprint.com, whichever is your preference, and get a name card. But you need to make your interaction tangible. A name card has your name, and I'm going to take it a step further. If you have a challenging name that is hard to understand, underneath your name, in parentheses, put the phonetic breakdown. You don't want them not to call you because they're challenged by your name, and that happens. They have 3 cards here. This name is challenging me. I'm not going to even try to go there. I have no idea how to begin it. Let's let alone end it. If you phonetically put under your name, they love that because now they look and they can say your name confidently. Your email address. There should be a business-looking email address, even if you have to open a separate account, not Bunny Bear or at AOL.com or whatever, something silly. And a voicemail they can call where they get a professional voicemail message. Not, hi, this is the Jack residence, and it's a little 5-year-old, talking. You don't want that. Your logo is LinkedIn. Just a little LinkedIn symbol on your card. And if you're going to do that, make sure you have a profile on LinkedIn. Please make sure it's there. Okay? And there are LinkedIn people, are there LinkedIn consultants in here today? I know sometimes there are.
Yes.
Yes, okay, stand so you see who Mr. LinkedIn is. Okay, you don't have a profile, see this person here and get a profile, then put the logo icon on your card that tells them they can go to LinkedIn and find your name the way it's spelled on the card. Okay, there's a great buzz going on in the room. We're going to come back to the table very briefly. Right, but unless you do it, it's experiential learning. Unless you do it, you don't think about it. How many found that made a little bit of a difference as they kind of caught maybe what they maybe not been doing as effectively? And made it feel a little bit more real, I hope? Okay, and don't forget, if you are in transition, yes. Okay, thank you. I thought you were raising your hand, that's a question. Thank you. I get so engaged. I just forget. Sometimes they have to jump up and down like, they have to get my attention, but I just love sharing all this stuff because I know it works. And keep the door open. Cement the relationship by staying connected.